If you want an example of a book that explores the theme of ignoring other parts of human nature, one of the best ones I know is Charles Dickens' Hard Times. I'm particularly thinking of a character named Louisa Bounderby. Right? She starts out in life as Louisa Gradgrind. Right? And her father is part of a group that's called the Manchester School. Right? It tended to look at things in very economic terms. And she was raised with this kind of strict education that was totally oriented towards being very dry and factual and leaving out anything emotional. Right? So here's the opening lines of the book. They're spoken by Louisa's teacher. Now what I want is facts. Teach these boys and girls nothing but facts. Facts alone are wanted in life. Plant nothing else and root everything else out. You can only form the minds of reasoning animals upon facts. Nothing else will ever be of any service to them. This is the principle on which I bring up my own children, and this is the principle on which I bring up these children. Stick to the facts, sir. The teacher's name is Mr. Machokumchild. Now, this is the upbringing that Louisa and her brother receive. Eventually, her father basically marries her off to someone named Josiah Bounderby, who's a local banker, who shares Mr. Gradgrind's philosophy. Louisa has no interest in marrying him, but she basically says, all my emotions are stifled, I can't fall in love with anyone, I might as well do this. Now later in life, she falls in love with a young politician, right, and is about to run off with him or have some kind of relations with him. Right? And he doesn't really love her, he's just using her. Okay? But she's finding it very hard to resist the temptation. And she basically tells her father, the problem is you raised me to suppress all emotions and think of everything always in terms of facts. I was never educated to deal with them as a part of my life. Right? And because of this, when a serious temptation comes up, I'm totally unprepared to deal with it. Okay? So basically, she goes along with the educational program that looks at a person as just a calculating machine, right? And when she has to deal with real life, right, it ends up almost leading to disaster. And in the case of her brother, it does lead to disaster, right? He becomes a criminal, right? But for more details, I'll leave you to read the book for yourself. I present this as an illustration of the idea, right, that we could have an approach to life that was totally rational.